Reaperman here, and lately I've been playing around with the Apple MacPlus core on the MiSTer FPGA system, and Star Wars here is actually the best game that I've found so far. It's one of the only actually good ones that I've found so far. I'm having trouble, and I'm going to need some suggestions, but I am having some fun with Star Wars. This is a pretty good kind of conversion of the Atari Arcade original here, that it's done up in wireframe, and it kind of plays to all the Mac Classic strengths, and even plays to its monitor strengths. So let's go ahead and let's start the easy wave, because I suck. And with this game, I usually, if I'm going to lose, I usually lose in the trench. It's a little tighter in there than in most versions of this game that I've played. My experience with this game is mostly Atari 800 version. Now, since this is the easiest level, we actually skip the towers, so we go straight from out in space shooting TIE fighters down into the trench itself. And in this game, you always kind of want to keep whacking on the... ooh, there's Vader. You always kind of want to keep whacking on the fire button just in case a TIE fighter mysteriously appears right in front of you and decides that that is the perfect time to drop a torpedo or bullet or whatever these are. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, got me. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Now I've noticed that it's harder to dodge in this version than most others. Maybe that's the Apple's mouse kind of speaking to that. Whoop. I'm gonna dodge. Boom! Got it. Boom. Alright, now, like every good arcade game, we start over and it's going to be a little bit harder. Oh, Vader appears right off the bat in this one. He's good for a fair amount of points. I don't actually think we can blow him up. So he's just kind of the score that keeps on going there. And this game basically plays out kind of like a rail shooter. You do have some freedom to scroll things around, but it's more like a rail shooter than just about anything else. And for this is I've noticed that the Mac games, they all seem to be mouse driven. I'm not even sure Mac Classic had joystick support. Maybe in some of the simulators, but I haven't seen it yet. Now, since this is the first tower level, you might notice there aren't any actual towers. There's just these little kind of building-looking things that I'm blowing up. And they are shooting at me, so there's some risk involved here. It's not displaying the usual message of, you know, what the bonus is for taking out all the towers or anything like that. Okay, let's see if I can get another trench run in. As I recall, there are more obstacles in this one. Now, one of the only other videos on YouTube that I've seen of this game have it being compared directly to the Atari original, and that is not particularly fair for it. Whoop. Of course, the Atari original is much older and much better, but that's actual vector graphics, not wireframe graphics and stuff like that. So on paper, the Apple Mac Classic is an absolute beast. It's fast, it's got a ton of RAM. Whoop! Oh, I missed it. I gotta do it all over again. I'm not gonna succeed in that. But even though the Mac Classic is an absolute beast on paper, the games don't really show it, and that's largely due to the display and all that stuff. I find that this Mac Classic isn't good at all of the things that you usually associate Macintosh with, which is, you know, photo editing, video editing, music. There's At least out of the box, these things are fairly terrible at all of that. Apparently, I suck. Alright, let's go ahead, and we actually can't type our name in here. We actually have to punch it in with the cursor. Alright, let's go ahead and start on wave 3. There's a big bonus if we manage to complete this. Should be good to put us up on number 2 of the board here if we can manage to pull this off. Boom. There's Vader. Now, a lot of the games on this, the ones that are more familiar, the big names, you know, your Prince of Persias and all of your adventure games and that kind of thing, if they're on other systems, it always seems like they're better on the other systems, even when the other system is, you know, an Apple II. Like, the color Apple II is just kind of game over the top of this thing. I guess the problem is I just don't get Mac Classic. I really don't. We had these in school, and I got to play with them a little bit. But the games never really grabbed me. I do remember one of the games, it seemed like we were running around on a grid, kind of like that, oh gosh, I'm trying to think, Coleco Crossfire, I think it's called, the little VFD game. Whoa, I'm not doing well, I better start concentrating here, or we are never going to make it. I actually have beaten level 3 in this game, but not while I'm distracted by YouTube stuff, of course, and all the lights and all that. Alright, let's get down in here. Boom. Oh. Use the Force, Luke. Got one more shield left. Down all the way, up. Boom, all the way up, down. Oh, no shields. This is it, guys. Whoop. Here we go. All comes down to this. Whoa. One more.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
Ah, so close. Let's type the name in. And let's go again.
Good fog standing by.
This game is actually fun. Now, of course, when you compare it to the Atari original, there's a lot more going on the screen. It moves a lot faster. Of course, it has music, and this game, to my knowledge, does not have music. I even tried connecting up a MIDI device, and I don't think a MIDI device counts as out-of-the-box audio, but this game didn't seem compatible with it anyway. Boop. As far as I know, the Mac Classic really didn't come with like a MIDI interface. If I recall, some of the STs did, some if not all. Might be talking out of my rear on that one, since I really didn't care about MIDI back in the ST days. I did have an ST when I moved out.
Look at the size of that thing.
Of course, that thing went missing probably within a few years of me moving out. You know, moved out of the folks' house. Whoa! You know, as things get donated to thrift shops and that kind of thing, I took everything except the bulkier computers. Ooh. Or maybe they got donated to, you know, Ben's stash. Could be. Oh. So this time around, I'm not getting a lot of guns on my towers. And I think I got off tremendously easy there.
Use the Force, Luke.
Use the Force, Luke. It's got some speech, and that is fairly impressive. It's good speech, too. It's not like a speech generator speech like I'm used to on, you know, like an Intellivision or, you know, Atari 800 or whenever the NES spoke. You know, either using software or a hardware device. it feels recorded and not synthesized, I guess I should say, which it's probably true. Ooh, okay. Now we got a boom. 400,000 points are ours. That's just the bonus. I think we're 466. Nice. Now we get to lose on the next level. But yeah, if you guys have had a Mac Classic, please give me some games. Really, computer? This is one thing I've noticed. It's either the MiSTer core I'm running, or it's the actual drive and OS setup. Is that it frequently dies like this? In fact, I've even had to copy the files back in because my hard drive's corrupted on me. So I'm not entirely sure what that is. It's not really holding me up too badly. But yeah, if you guys have had a Mac Classic in the past, please give me some suggestions, especially suggestions that don't play just worlds better on, say, an Amiga or an ST or something like that. Something that really plays to the old Macintosh's strength like this one does. And I guess until next time, Reaper Man out.